Here we are at Slough Road again. That's the original US Route 99. We were just over on Louis Road and Slough Road, and now we're on Edgewood Road in Slough. That's the original of the US Route 99. That's the original of the US Route 99 where it goes through the town of Edgewood. We're driving on the original 100-year-old road. Back in the old days, these things were wagon roads. The stagecoach didn't come over this way. It came to Edgewood and then headed back out the other side over there where it is now known as the old California Highway 99. So we're going to keep going straight here in through the town of Edgewood. I'm going to go ahead and turn you off until we get to the end of this. Well, yeah, no. Yeah, this is the original Mount Shasta over there. Yibby-dabby-dibby-doo-doo. We're going to cross a set of railroad tracks over here by the elementary school. And last summer, they ran the last train that's ever going to be on that railroad, because it would go back and forth between the Weed lumber mill and Medford. So it will no longer have any trains on this. Oh. And of course, we're in the town of Edgewood. Nice old building. And we're heading on up. But now we're still on the original US Route 99, heading towards the town of Weed, California. This is the original road. The main street of California, baby. Yeah. So we're on the east side of the I-5. Come around this turn, it starts to climb. The original pavement overlaid with other pavements. This is it. We're on it. Yeah, I wasn't able to even contemplate going back to Chicago on, the US Route 66 100-year caravans, but I could at least do up here in Northern California, where that same 100-year celebration thing is happening, but it's happening for US Route 99. And like I said earlier, part of the US Route 99 actually shared the same pavement between San Bernardino and Pasadena, and little areas down in Los Angeles. They shared the same road, 66 and 99. Flip over those numbers and you got a 66 and 99 or a 99 and 66. But we're on the original, 99. Isn't this gorgeous through here? Alright, we got a ways to go, so I'm going to go ahead and hang you off. So we're no longer on county maintained road, not maintained by anybody. Lots of potholes. But look at all the trees and everything here. It was gorgeous back in when they put this through here, man. Before all the logging was really bad. Before they stripped everything down. Now all these trees you see around through here, all that stuff, that's all planted trees, man. They mowed all the big trees out of here. They come along and planted all these in probably about 80 years ago. There you go. Rolling along. And of course there's I-5. And here's where we make our turn to go into Weed. That's the original road of US Route 99. We be on it. It's also now known as Highway 265. But it is the original. And it was also part of the realignment, rename California Highway 99. Runs right through the middle of town. Back in the 40s, 1940s, late 30s, I think it might have been, 38 or 39, they ran a road, and it started here and ran at this turn right here in this parking lot. Used to be a totem pole. It got hit by a semi. Used to be right in that parking lot. Got hit by a semi last winter. Got knocked out. It was a matching totem pole to one that is in Alaska at the end of Highway 97. Alrighty, so right here is the start of the original Alaska Highway. So here we go. We're on North Weed Boulevard, heading into the town of Weed. And this is the original US Route 99, going through the town of Weed, California. We're going to continue on around this turn. It's still the original road. We're not going to get on the freeway. We're just going to go ahead and see over here. It runs on the west side of I-5. They just ran I-5 right through everything. This is the original US Route 99. Sorry about all the bouncing, but I'm trying to drive and hold this camera at the same time, and that ain't supposed to be happening, but it is. They take big dollars to fix roads, but they don't fix them. They don't make them flat and smooth, and they got all that modern equipment nowadays where they can make the road much better, but they don't. And now that it's just a side road, they don't do nothing with it. There's I-5, and that's original pavement there. Original pavement. They used concrete in some areas of it. There you go. So I'm going to turn you off until I get up here. I got to stop at the gas station. Okay. That is the original old US 99. This is the original old US 99. That runs back underneath the freeway and stops. We already went by that area. That dead ends. Can't go there. There's a nice shot of Mount Shasta here in the weed area. We're heading south on I-5 till we can get to the turn off to get back on the old original US 99 in Mount Shasta. So over there is northbound I-5, and that actually is laid on top of the original US Route 99 between Mount Shasta, well, right up the road here. You can kind of, well, yeah. We're going to take this exit Abrams Lake Road, and we'll cross over I-5 over here. And we'll be able to get back onto the original US Route 99. Okay, kids. So we're here at Abrams Lake Road, and Spring Hill Road is what it's called now. It goes to a dead end. That's the original US Route 99, and that's the original US Route 99. Also, the new road of California Highway 99, which made a turn here and headed over the overpass here down to the old stage road, and the old stage road would run down to the Vista Road, which is in Weed, and that is the old alignment of the California Highway 99 that we're really not so much doing. I mean, we're hitting it here and there, but we're going to turn here and we're going to head into Mount Shasta on the original US Route 99. And of course, we're still in Johnny B. You got it. And here we are on the old US Route 99. We got I-5 right there. Yeah, we're heading into town. They needed to have an on-ramp up at this end for I-5, so it makes a little bit of a... I have to stop and make a left turn because they've done their realignments and all of that. But, yeah. So here's the turnoff, and we got to go left into town. We got to watch the traffic, traffic. Coming off the freeway, you know. Now we're on the original again of the U.S. Route 99. So we're going to go ahead and turn you off for a little bit, maybe. You know, oh, ain't that a bummer? Rocky Raccoon didn't make it. Yeah. It's also the headwaters of the Sacramento River. Cleanest, tastiest water in the state of California. Here we are, coming into Mount Shasta. Yeehaw. Okay, I'm going to turn off before I get a ticket. Here's where we make our swing into town, the main part of town. Because, you know, everything at this end of town was all built way after the main part of town. We are definitely on the main street of California. Old U.S. Route 99. Rolling into Mount Shasta. Okay, we're rolling, right up here on the corner is the police department, so we're going to go ahead and turn off this camera so we don't get no ticket. So, we're rolling south still on the original road. We're going to go to the end down here where it meets California Highway 89. Then we'll copy Dewey and head back the other way, back towards my house in Hornbrook. Had to stop for a PDD. Of course, gotta wait till they get to the curb, you know. That guy didn't. Here we go. We're rolling down the road again. Yeah, back in the day, man, used to be a bar on every corner. Sometimes 2 or 3 right next to each other. Because, you know, those loggers and miners, they had to drink something other than water, you know, to be happy. We're on it. The original main street of California. Alright with you guys. I'll do what I can with it in my editing, and hopefully we'll make a decent video out of all this. Now, why would it be 35 miles an hour when there's nothing here? Nothing out here. Why would they make it 35 miles an hour? Couldn't tell you. Maybe it's because they want you to drive by the old original radio station and tower. Look at that thing. That was a radio station. Yeah, it was. Okay, so we're still rolling up. Now we're rolling over. See, they blocked it up. But this is the original of US Route 99. Where it intersected with California Highway 89. Yes, sir. See, I had to make that turn because I didn't want to get on I-5. That's a nice turn. And we got another one right up around over here. And then it'll make another one right there. And I'm going to go ahead and pull off into the parking lot. Because you can't. Okay. All right, we're going to stop. There you go. So now what we got here is, this is California Highway 89. And some of this pavement might be original old US 60, it's 99. But the original highway was where that car's coming out. That's where it turned and headed on down that way. The original US 99. And it headed up around this way. The way we just came and the way we're going to go back. So there we go. We've made it all the way to where I can go, unless I want to go on the freeway and go all the way down to Mott Road and take Mott Road back down to Dunsmuir, but I don't want to do that. I just want to turn here and head back home. There you go, kids. Me and Johnny out on a nice little drive.